Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Low Tom live on KEXP. I have to tell you, I have that song Overboard stuck in my head all of the time now.
It's one of those. Sorry.
It's an earworm, one of my favorite songs of the year. The new album is self-titled, out now on Barsook Records, and playing tonight, a sold-out show at the Tractor Tavern. And this is wrapping up your short little tour, yeah?
Our short little tour. Yep.
And so you guys, collectively, a couple of members of Starflyer 59, couple of members of Pedro the Lion, many solo albums and other projects, and lots of work in the music industry between you.
Yep.
How did you all come together? And can you talk about like how you met and how did you get to this point where you're making an album all together for the first time?
Okay, so real quick, Jason Martin, the guitar player, and Trey Manny, the drummer, have known each other the longest of all of us since
22 years.
22
Since
years.
95.
95. They met at a Christian rock festival called Cornerstone.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. And then I met, I don't know which one I met next, Trey or Martin, but in 96, I believe I met both of them because of Christian rock. Yeah.
Yep. House shows in Seattle and other shows at like
At a
high
festival.
schools and stuff. Yeah.
And then Tim and I met because Pedro the Lion's first record was reviewed in Tape Op, and he read a review and liked it, and so he sent in a demo to the label, Made in Mexico, that put out It's Hard to Find a Friend originally.
Yeah, and they put out my first solo record in 1999, and that's when Dave and I started doing various stuff together.
Yeah, and then he played in Pedro on a tour in 2000, and on that tour, Trey was the drummer. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure we must have run into Martin on that trip and played some cards at some point. I think that must have been it in 2000.
Yeah, and I met Martin shortly after that, so like all of us have known each other for at least like 15, 16 years, and then some of us as long as like 22 years. Yeah.
And then Jason and I'd been a big fan of Starflyer and known Jason for a long time. And in like 2005, I started playing shows with Starflyer, and then made some records with Starflyer. And then we just all stayed friends.
Yeah.
That's how it worked.
And I think we're looking for a way to hang out, but also Walsh had helped out on a Starflyer record, and I think that the whole vibe of everything was just like, man, we should do this more in some form. And Walsh and I were looking for a way to collaborate on some stuff, and so it just kind of, it turned out to be kind of a summer camp for us.
Nice. Adult summer camp.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
Truly.
We don't fish and we don't play golf, so we needed like an excuse to like take some time and go hang out and make a record.
Play drums and guitars and stuff.
So you all live in different places in the U.S. Talk about how you came together and recorded this album. What was the process of actually recording it?
Two of the guys live in Southern California, Trey and Jason Martin, and so it just made the most sense for Dave and I to go down there.
Go there.
So I flew from Boston, Dave flew from Seattle, and we did that twice in the spring of
2014 and
16. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys had passed, Jason and Tim had passed demos back and forth of like riffs and song ideas, and eventually then I would get them, and then eventually I would sing something on them.
Yeah.
And then we would have something to start with basically once we got to the
sessions,
studio.
you know. Yeah.
So we had stuff kind of fleshed out, like roughed in a little bit, like, okay, this one has a chorus that has lyrics, so let's work on that kind of thing. And then we did 4 songs one session and then 4 songs the other.
Mm-hmm. I love the return to the just raw indie rock. You've been, David, you've been going fairly electronic in the last couple of years, so it's nice to hear you singing over guitars and drums again.
It's fun.
Can you talk about how you feel like the progression of the music industry has gone over the course of your careers, and how making a record today, especially a rock record today, is different than when you first started?
You know, I think things change, of course, and the music industry is pretty unrecognizable. I remember in 2004 sitting at Tape Op Con, and the guy on the stage, the prophet on the stage, was saying, within a couple of years, you'll be able to sit in a park with your device not plugged into anything and just stream any song you want. And I just thought, you're lying. Like that just, no way is that real.
It's like science fiction, yeah.
Yeah, and it also, I was just like, dang, what am I going to do for a job? Like, this is over. And it's true, it was.
It's kind of close to that.
But, yeah, so it's changed a lot, but there's a lot of opportunity there because the way that it affected us, for instance, is the four of us in this incarnation didn't perceive ourselves to be a part of the music industry in any, even the remotest sense. We were just four guys hoping to make some jams that didn't suck. And then when that worked, I think that's pretty much...
That's on point, yeah.
And when the first four worked, we thought, dang, maybe we could make a record and then we could pay for this, you know, sell it on our website or whatever, which is a great way to go. I recommend it. But
it is literally the worst time to make a rock record.
Technically.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, rock has been dethroned, and
electronic is what
and
sells
other
tickets.
things. You know, pop. You know, rockism is over and popism is in. And honestly, I mean, I identify most with rock music, and it's kind of okay. I mean, rock had a really good run.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but we didn't make the record to try to. We made it with no expectations. It was something we did as friends. Like we said, to have an excuse to hang out. And so this is just what we did.
And most of the licks that ended up on the record were the ones that made us laugh the most.
Yeah, we thought they were funny, and then we made them into less funny sounding stuff.
Which one's the best joke? Which track is the funniest?
I think Covered Wagon has two
a
rad
couple
jokes
funny
right in a
jokes in
row.
there,
Yeah.
There's like a little Creedence riff that I do that we found hilarious.
That we found pretty funny. And then it ends in a funny way.
Yeah.
That is great.
The whole song's in minor key and it ends on a major chord. And I mean, that's just like music geek stuff, I guess, you know, but
I love it.
I actually remember Dave and I were in the control room doing bass and drums, and Tim and Jason, we were in the live room doing bass and drums, and Tim and Jason were in the control room. And they just kept cracking themselves up with that chord. And we're just looking at each other like, dude, can we just finish this song? Like, just like rolling our eyes.
You're like, it's not that funny.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not that funny. But they were rolling on the ground.
yeah, I mean, at some point we just asked ourselves the question, like, what if we gave ourselves permission to actually do that stuff?
Yeah. And the cover. I mean, there's just a lot of things that are just like, where you have a funny idea and you all have a good laugh about it, but then you never would do it.
Yeah.
And it's for no great reason. It's actually a cool, it's mostly cool licks. It's a cool record cover, but it is also hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the fun you had making it really comes through. It sounds really, really good. And mentioned tonight, the Tractor is your last stop on this short little tour. Are you going to tour any more on this record? Or are you going to do anything else with this project? Or is this sort of a one-off and maybe in the future, not sure?
If I was a betting person, I would bet that we'll make another record the next thing.
And we'll probably play more shows, but every time we've gotten together and done something, we just kind of focused on that and then like reassessed after the fact, and that's kind of worked out pretty well. So
yeah.
Cool. Well, Low Tom live on KEXP. We'd love to hear a couple more songs from the record.
We know exactly 2 more, so that's perfect.
Awesome. Low Tom live on KEXP, playing tonight at the Tractor Tavern for a sold-out show. So if you have a ticket to that, you are a lucky duck, and you get to see them tonight. And the new self-titled album is out now on Barsook Records. Highly recommend picking it up. That last track was called Bad Luck Charm. And they have one more for us here shortly on KEXP. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for having us out.
Thank you for being here. This is awesome. Low Tom live on KEXP. Congrats on the new album. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Way to make a kick-ass rock record and making sure rock isn't dead. Thank you so much, and have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time in your next incarnations and projects here on KEXP. And my name is Morgan. Got about half hour left with you in the show. Got more music on the way, so keep it tuned right here to the station where the music matters, 90.3 FM, KEXP, Seattle. Yay! That was awesome!
Really fun. Good job, everybody.
Discover new music at listener-powered kexp.org.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?